Calico, crazy capital. Come on. Hold up, I'm in here. Push weight, but no gym near. Crazy balls, no drinks here. Shorty wet, no swimwear. I had to hustle. Cook it up with the fiends near.
You ready?
Yes. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy, Joe Calico. I'm back with another one, man. I am back with another one. Thank you for coming and watching Calico's Cooling Conversation on Crazy Capital Media. Do follow me on everything at crazycapitalmedia.com. As always, I'm here with a dope guest, interesting, intriguing guest. But this time is definitely special because it's family. You know, it's family, man. I got Dr. Samuels, you know, but I call her Shirls, you know, my sister Shirls. Shirls from the block.
Yes.
Brooklyn in the house.
Okay.
So what's up, Shirl? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm happy to be here. Cause I was like, okay, my brother, you got this dope podcast.
Yes.
I haven't been on yet. What's up? Bring me in, pull me in.
And of course, we had to make it happen. Of course.
Yes. Yes.
So, you know, so this is definitely gonna be an interesting podcast, you know, because, you know, it could be weird, it could be awkward. You know, I'm gonna ask you questions that I may know the answers to. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got front to the people. I gotta make it entertaining. I gotta get the viewers up, you know. So I gotta ask those questions. And of course, you know, when you think you know somebody, it's like I might learn something.
You might discover something new. Like, I didn't know that about my sister, but okay.
Yes. Yes. So definitely, I feel like this is gonna be a very interesting conversation. That's why it's called Calico's Cooling Conversations. Because I don't really consider this an interview. You know, we just chopping it up. You know what I mean? We just chopping it up. You know.
Yeah.
So definitely, like I said, if you're feeling this content, please like, subscribe, comment, man. We about to get into it. Straight out the gate. Shirls, man. You know, you was a doctor. You are a doctor.
I am. I'm still a doctor.
I am a doctor. You're still a doctor. Now you was a doctor. But my question is, how did you know, like, that point, that moment in time that you knew that, you know, you want to become a doctor?
Yeah. So you might remember I've wanted to do this for a very, very long time.
Yes.
Long time. But and I tell people the story all the time. I first decided that not only was I going to be a doctor, but I was going to be an OBGYN when I was 5 years old. And people be like, really? Like, that's weird. Like, do you even know what an OBGYN is at 5 years old?
Yes.
But there's a backstory. So, our mom, you know, she doesn't mind me talking about this. She suffered a pregnancy loss when I was that age. And I remember, you know, she was trying to explain things to us and things of that nature, how this happened, why, you know, the baby wouldn't be coming home, things of that nature. And I remember asking her, who makes this not happen? And she said an OBGYN. And so that's when I decided, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I was 5 years old, and I was rocking with it ever since.
And then from a young age, you definitely, you knew that's what you was gonna be, and then you really worked towards it. Cause like you know, I always say this. I remember playing ball. I remember hanging out. I remember just chilling, enjoying my
being
summers.
A normal kid.
Yeah, being a normal kid, and then you always finding a camp, a summer camp to go to, a program, a summer course to take that's gonna take college credits off. And
right.
10 years from now,
definitely. I was on my grind from a very, very young age. But I really think that the reason why I was that way is because I recognized early on that it was not going to be the same for me that it would be for someone else, let's say coming from, you know, a different background. You know, I'm a young Black girl, Haitian girl from Brooklyn, New York. I didn't have many examples of people at the time going to medical school. And I knew that it was going to be competitive, and I just wanted to make sure that I was, a competitive candidate. And so, I mean, from the time, literally, like you said, I was probably in what, junior high, taking these classes, trying to get credits and research and volunteering and just really trying to make it so that when any med school got my application, they were like, oh, we have to have her.
So
That was the goal. I mean, and it worked out.
it worked out. It worked out. So when you finished school, when school was done, as far as were you depressed? Were you like, I have to go back in school, take another course? I gotta.
No,
What was thinking? What was thinking? So no,
I
no.
was not one of those people.
All right.
I definitely know those people that are like, all right, I finished my medical degree. I'm about to go to law school now. I'm about to go
Yeah.
get an MBA. That was not me, bro.
You.
Never.
So
I graduated and I never looked back. Like, you could not pay me to go back to school now. Like, I'm done.
you're done.
I'm done. Like, I mean, and it took 12 years,
Yeah.
after graduating high school. It was 12 years. Like, I
Yes.
graduated high school at 18. I was done at 30.
Yeah,
So,
that's a
uh,
different type of commitment, man. I
yeah,
applaud that. That's a whole different type of commitment. That's a lot of schooling.
right. You could not pay me to do another, anything. And of course, I still got to do like, maintain my certification. I got to
Yeah,
read my articles
little
and,
refreshers.
things like that. Yeah, like my refreshers. But to go back to school and be in that place, no,
Yeah.
I'm good.
So
I'm gonna let my kids do that.
definitely. Speaking of the kids, so being somebody that's like completed medical school, right? Like, what would be
Hmm.
like advice you would give to somebody at, that's 18, that's just entering it, like,
That's thinking about
because
doing
you
it.
just ran through it, so you be the perfect person to
Yeah,
give them some type of advice.
I would say, if you love it, do it.
Yeah,
If you don't love it, don't.
don't.
Because, like you said, it's a commitment that comes with a lot of things. A lot of sacrifices that you do have to make. I remember seeing, my siblings, my peers starting their lives, getting married, getting jobs, buying homes, doing this, that, and the third. And that was all on the back burner for me for a very long time because I had to focus on what I was doing. So I would say if you love it, do it. If you don't love it, don't. And don't do this to, like, if you think you're going to be rich. Like, medicine is not the place.
Okay,
A lot of people think that, and that is not the case because, yeah, you're going to make the income, but if you're like most people, you're going to also acquire a lot of debt doing it. And you're going
yeah.
to spend some time paying that debt off. So if you're looking at the debt to income ratio, you're not rich. So keep that in
Okay,
mind too.
okay. So all right, that's yeah, because I guess there is like what's the word I'm looking for? There is a thought that you know the medicine is just balling, man. You balling, and then when
Right,
you watch
just balling
reality
out of
TV,
control. Right.
so
And that's not the case. I mean, for some people it is. Um, but for most people, you're probably going to be taking out loans to go to med school. I mean, it's
yeah,
super expensive unless you have some kind of inheritance or something like that that you're really going to be, using for that. You're going to
you
acquire, excuse me,
coming,
some debt.
you coming out the pocket, yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, and you're not paying for it at the time. Like, if you remember when I was in med school, I wasn't even working.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're not paying for it at the time. You're paying for that after when you get done. So yeah, this is not, especially OBGYN. That's not the field to get rich off of. If that's what you're thinking that you're going into this for, you
No,
definitely are mistaken.
all right, so
But if you love it, like I love what I do, so it's definitely worth it. But my building generational wealth for my kids and my family, it's not really happening through medicine.
it's happening through your new business venture.
Oh yeah, multiple business ventures. Yes,
Multiple, yes, multiple.
multiple business ventures.
Yes, all right.
It's happening through stocks. It's happening
Stocks.
through Yes, our real estate company, and of course, it's happening through Neem Naturale as well.
Neem Naturale.
That's where that's coming from.
All right. And that's different in itself, right? Because even when I think of like doctors and stuff, when they making their investments, I would think they definitely would do the real estate. You know, that's
Mhm.
passive income. They definitely
Yep.
would do the
Yep.
stocks, that passive
Mhm.
income. But then
Mhm.
you felt like you wanted to come and jump in the mud and build a business from
Yes.
the ground up. And that's not
Yes.
passive income. We gotta put some sweat, blood,
Gotta
and
put some
tears
work in.
into this.
Yeah, absolutely. I say this all the time. When I start telling people about our skincare company, I always start off with, as if we were not busy enough.
Yeah.
We went ahead and we started a whole skincare company, and not any skincare company, because we're not getting our products wholesale and then slapping a label on it and
Yeah,
reselling it.
we're not
No, the
private
products
labeling.
we're
Nope.
we're making them in house. So I'm not gonna lie, like you said, we jumped in the mud with this one, but when I tell you, it's so rewarding and so
Yes.
fulfilling. It's a feeling that I can't describe. That you make something with your hands, and someone else takes that thing and they love it, and they come back and buy it again and again and again.
But how?
Um,
So how do we get there though? How do we get there? Like I say, you doing the work in, you
mhm.
you got other investments that's like passive. You don't got to look at it. You just
Right.
it's
That's,
this there and it do
that's
what
it.
it
That's
do. It
it.
do what it do.
Right.
So
Right.
like, how do we get to making soap? Like, cause that was
So
your first product. That was your first
the
product,
first
the
product
soap.
was soap. It was
Yes.
just soap. And what happened was back in around 2018, it's I always say everything happens for a reason, and I really believe in like a divine power just kind of orchestrating a lot of things, because the way things fell into place, it was just like meant to happen.
All right.
So right around the time that our kids, their skin was really starting to dry out from store bought products. I mean, take them out the tub, they ashy, they flaky,
Yeah.
just not what we're supposed to look like, not what our melanin is supposed to look like. Okay,
Yeah.
right around the time I'm complaining about all that, it just so happened that Steven was really becoming interested in soap making. He had really, really learned how to make products, how to make soap, and he was recalling information from when he was doing his PhD program about this amazing plant called neem that has tons of benefits for the skin and the hair. So I'm over here not realizing he's on the side. He's supposed to be going and working on his grants and stuff.
Yeah.
He's learning how to make soap. I'm not even realizing this. I'm not even
Okay.
realizing this. I'm over here bathing the kids at night and really like, man, why is their skin looking at like this? And one day I just complained to Steven about it. Like, you know what, babe? Like, I really noticed that they really, like, their skin is so dry and I'm not sure what's going on. And he was like, you know what? It's probably the product we're using. I'm going to start making our own soap. And I was like, wait, what? Like, it just seemed like it came out of nowhere, not realizing he had such an interest in this for weeks already.
Yeah. He,
Like
he did the
he had already
research.
had he was doing all of this on the back end. I didn't realize. So when he first said it to me, I was like, what is he talking about? Not realizing. Look, he's a whole scientist. Okay,
Yeah.
for those who don't know, my husband is a plant scientist,
Yes.
and so he's more than capable of making soap. It just came out of the blue to me. Like, okay, what are you talking about? He starts making soap, putting neem in it, which is the plant that has this plant that has amazing, amazing benefits for skin and hair. He starts making soap with neem, and we start using it on our kids and on ourselves. Next thing you know, our extended family's using it. My brother's using it, and on
Yes.
all his
Yes.
kids. My mom's using it,
My kids love
and
it.
yes, I know they be texting me, Auntie, we running low, we running low. But and it just kind of took off like that, where our family was really enjoying it. And I sat down one day and said, babe, we could sell this. Like, why not?
Yeah.
And initially that was never even the thought. It really was, we wanted to kind of move away from some of the store bought stuff that was really causing really our kids' skin to dry out. And it's just since grown into this amazing company that we now have.
Yes.
And we have several products now. We started with the soap, now we got the lotion, now we got the face mask, now we got the hair oil and the beard oil. We're working on a hand soap to come out
Okay.
this quarter. I mean, it's just really, really grown, but it started with a need, and it started with well, a little bit of a need and a little bit of Steven's just desire to do something new
All right, and then so you jumped in the mud. You don't really have the experience in starting a
at all,
business from the ground up. So
at all.
how is your marketing so tight? How is the post? How we doing the reels? How do we get there? Because I
Man,
tell a lot. I speak to a lot of business people, right? And
uh
that's
huh,
when they ask me for advice. That's usually the advice I give them, right? Like
uh
you
huh,
know, step up your Instagram, step up your boom
yeah,
boom, step up your. And then when I look at it, it's like how'd you know that? Because a lot of them don't know that. Because you know they
right.
worked on the product first. You
And
know.
let me tell you what happened was we got the product going, and we started doing the pop-up shops and the festivals and those things. And I realized quickly that a lot of our return customers were finding us on Instagram.
Okay.
They were finding us on Instagram. And so that said to me, okay, if they finding me on Instagram, I got to keep the content popping. And on the flip side, I really, really enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. Like Steven makes fun of it all the time and says, I've been telling my wife for years she needs a hobby. And this is more than a hobby, of course, but this is something that I do outside of medicine that I love.
Yeah.
It's the branding and the marketing and the posting. Like I just love it. I just love doing it. And so when you love it, it's not as difficult.
So let's keep it real. Steven, him, he when you throw the camera on him, he is it like yes, let's do it, or is it like
No, he hates it. He hates
are you doing it
it. He hates
again?
it. He hates it. He does not like being in front. Look, I told him, listen, I have 4 interviews already scheduled for the month of January.
Yeah.
Right, this is my second one. We got 2 more to go. The last one we're doing is a couples interview, and that's the way that it's being branded and marketed. It's a couples thing. So I'm preparing him now for January 30th.
Yes.
Right, like this is not his thing. His thing, he want to be in the
He
lab,
behind the scenes.
whipping
He
it
behind
up,
the
cooking
scenes.
it up. That's what he wants
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do. He doesn't even mind going out into the community and teaching. Like when we're at our festivals and stuff, he loves doing that. Like telling them about the plant. What does it mean? Where does it come from? Things like that. But this part, no, he hates it. He
Ace
absolutely
it.
hates it. But he has to do it. I tell him, I can do 80, 90% of this, which I do, but you are still co-CEO of this company. Your
Yeah.
face has to be seen.
Yes,
You
yes.
have to be present as well. So
Yes.
he does it about 10% of the time, but he hates it. He doesn't. He does not enjoy this part.
And I tell you one thing, that is one hell of a marketing tool. Like we talking like soap and stuff to have a
Right.
doctor and a plant scientist. It's like
Yes.
that is that is one hell of a marketing
I
tool.
will say this. It definitely increases people's willingness to try it,
The credibility, the
the credibility, because they
credibility's
trust us
there.
on top. Like
Yeah,
okay, you did not just Google,
a
you
simple
know,
recipe.
right, and cooked it up and just, like you have some science background, you have some medical background. So it definitely does increase people's willingness to try our product. And then it's hard for you to try Neem Naturale and not come back. It's
Not
just,
come back.
it's just, I try to challenge people to try our product and then not come back because it's
See,
that good.
now you know, trying the product. What I notice is most people won't realize the problem with their product till you switch. So that's the initial. That's your job. That's the hardest part of your job, right? You got to get
Right.
them to just try it, and but
You
once
got to
you
get them
try
to
it,
see.
yeah,
Right.
you
Like
try the
you
old
got to
stuff
get them
back,
to see that
right?
your product that you're using might not be the best.
Yeah,
And the way that we did that is at our when we do our events now, we have a sample station where you can sample our product.
yes,
And so people will literally wash their hands with our soap and be like, "Whoa, my skin is not dry."
yeah,
Exactly. But when you use whatever you're using at home,
yeah.
the moment you wash your hands, you feel like I gotta put 10 pounds of lotion on.
Yeah, I got put
It's
lotion.
because what you're using is drying you out. So that right there was another really, really cool, you know, kind of marketing tool that we use. Let people try our product because again, it's really hard for you to try it and not love it and not want
Yes.
to.
Okay, and then I thought All right, and then also, I guess with COVID, that's what I thought too. When I seen the post with the hand washing station, I'm there like,
Right.
that's genius because I'm thinking,
It's
COVID,
so
gotta keep them
good.
hands clean. Gotta keep the, you know what I
Right.
mean?
That we don't have to. That's the thing. Back in the day, we might have had to be like, please come wash your hands, come try a product. But now people be like, hand washing. Lord, I'm not. Look, let me wash my hands real quick. Like
Yep.
we don't even have to. They come to our station like, can we use this? Absolutely. But you gotta use our soap. We let them use our soap, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. What else you got? What other products you got? And then at all of these events, you're buying food, you're eating like hot dogs, and you eating stuff right while you're at these events. People want to wash their hands.
Yeah,
So that was Stephen came up with that. He was like, we need to just let people try it while they're out there. And I was like, okay. And that was really, really good
that's
because
dope.
that has helped us really, really gain a lot of customers and really build our return customers.
Definitely, definitely. And then so Steven, your partner, your husband. I mean, that
Mhm.
dynamic's got to be, it's kind of crazy. It gotta be interesting, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like we mixing kind of business and pleasure, and it's like this is a situation where if we're not feeling each other a little bit, or you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, whatever
Right.
whatever
We'll
the
have a little
situation is,
argument.
yeah, a
We'll have
little
a little
argument,
argument.
but
But then
business
you
got to
gotta
be
go.
done.
Then
business
you
got
gotta go to this event the next morning,
we
kind of
gotta go to
thing.
work. We gotta work.
Right.
So
No, I will say it has definitely been it's been interesting. It's been fun. And I think that the reason why it works so well for us is because we are so different.
yes,
And so what I lack, he brings, and what he lacks, I bring. I think and it's really, really hard to have two very, very headstrong people who want to control everything. And that's not what we have. He is perfectly fine letting me do the marketing,
yeah,
letting me do the interviews, letting me do this part. He's perfectly fine letting that go. And I'm perfectly fine letting him do all these, like he has to be sitting there doing math and figuring out
yeah.
formulas. I don't want to do that.
But
I don't
see,
want to do that.
but that's kind
And
of
so,
dope. That's kind of dope because that's like he gets to he's passionate about that, so he gets to do. It's like a good
right,
hobby for him and his passion, and you
exactly.
like the marketing, and you passionate about that. So
Exactly. So it works out really, really well that we were able to like do this together. And like I said, he would say to me all the time, like, you need to get a hobby. You need to get something other than medicine that you do.
why?
I
I got
like
X Y, so I'm guessing before what was your life before before Neem
before
Natural?
Neem
Why
Naturale,
would
wow,
Steven tell you
like,
that?
because it literally made me happier to have something that I could come home and do outside of medicine.
yeah,
Outside of being a mom and being a wife, which of course I love those things too, but you got to have purpose outside of medicine, especially with what I do, because you're going to have bad days, right? You're going to have days where you have to tell somebody some really bad news, or you're going to lose a patient or whatever the case may be. And when you
yeah,
don't have anything but that going for you, it makes you a not happy person.
yeah. It could be depressing, right?
It's right. It makes you a not happy person. And so I think he was like, Steven started buying me puzzles, like the puzzles that you could, like for
Okay,
adult. He bought me those adult coloring books. I was like, I'm not interested in that. And he's like, you need something to take your mind off of work so that when you
right.
come home, you're not focusing so much on work. And so even though this is kind of work for us because it's our business, it's just something that I enjoy that kind of refocuses me a little bit when I come home. And so, but that's the reason why. I remember I was at a meeting my first year out of residency. My first year, I was an attending, like I'm the doctor in charge. I'm at a meeting, and the rep who's trying to sell me some product or the other says, well, what do you like to do for fun? And I didn't have an answer.
Yeah,
And I was so embarrassed, but I didn't have an answer. Like, my fun was, I studied. I studied
study.
for 12 years.
Yeah,
That's what I did. And then, I hung out and like went out to a bar and like had a drink. That's how I would decompress. And then I'd come back and study. But I really didn't have like, oh, I knit or I
yeah, yeah. I
whatever.
get it. I
I
get
didn't have
it.
that. And I remember feeling so embarrassed in that moment, like, I guess I don't have fun. I guess I don't have a hobby. I don't have anything that, because I spent so much of my time focused and worried about getting into med school. And I say all that to say Neem Naturale has been a dual purpose for me. Of course, it is a business, and as you know, I don't play about my business.
Yes, yes.
But it also is like it's just something completely different, something that's completely different from what I do on my day to day, for my day job, and that has been therapeutic for me as well.
Yes, definitely therapeutic. And then you gotta do what you love, and it don't seem like work. It don't seem like work.
Exactly, exactly. It doesn't seem like it. People, you're not the first person to ask me like with these reels, like who helps you with your content, who runs your social media page.
Yeah.
I get that. It's me. Like I'm posting all those things in real time. I'm getting ready to start switching over to using one of those apps that I can schedule posts and stuff just to kind of make my day to day easier. But of all 302 posts that I have up there right now,
You
that is
ready?
all me. Like I'm editing the reels, I'm putting them together, I'm playing with the apps and figuring out how to add music, and I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I just
Yeah.
enjoy that.
Enjoy it. Now that's super dope. That's super dope. And then, so what's next for Neem Natural? I know you say you're working on the hand soap. So,
Hmm.
is it a whole bunch of product lines you
I
plan
mean,
on
right
expanding into?
now, yeah, we want to expand. So, I definitely I'm a person who likes to write down my goals because that makes it that I can see them so I can attain them.
Yeah.
So I wrote down our first quarter goals, and so right now what we're working on is definitely dropping our new product. We're working on 4 different products right now. The hand soap just seems like that's going to be the one that's going to be ready first.
Yes.
We're going to drop whichever one is ready first. But we definitely, we make our products in house. We want to test them for a few months before we drop them and things of that nature. So new products coming out the works, new scents, expanding into more stores. Right now we're in 5. We're on the shelves of 5 locations. I want to be in 5 more before the end of the first quarter. you know, and definitely growing our following. That's another thing. So we're working with a bunch of micro influencers right now,
Yes.
making sure that we get our product in their hands and they're posting and giving us some user generated content as well. So I have plans. I have plans and
You
I
got
have
plans.
yeah, I have plans for this company. I feel like Steven's looking at me like I didn't realize I didn't realize you were going to do all this, but
Yeah.
yeah, we got some major plans for the company.
So I wonder, I wish I could spoke to Steven right now. I wonder, like, what's his creative process where he's just sitting there, like the mad scientist, like, we
That
go.
is what he calls himself. I mean, his thing, he is really good at balancing, work and play.
Yeah.
He don't play about that, and that's something that I really really love about him because he sometimes has to bring me down. He sometimes has to say, "Listen, you have been researching influencers on your phone for the last 2 hours. Put it down.
Yeah.
Come sit over here." Like he has always been that person that reeled me in, even when I was studying in school and stuff. You're gonna pass. You know it. Put it down. So he definitely has his little process. He's a big gamer. He's a big video gamer.
Yes, yes.
So he kind of gets in his mode when he hits a wall and he's like, I can't figure out this formula. I'm not sure what's going on. He puts it to the side and he goes picks up his video games and he's he's definitely he got that balance.
Yes, yes. That's what you
And
need, though.
I like that a little bit. So he, like I said, he kind of reels you in a lot.
Yes. That's dope. That's dope, man. That's dope. And that's yo, you dope. You dope. But I knew that already, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I knew
Listen,
that already, but I'm pretty sure like the people that's rocking with me right now in the
yeah,
comments
yeah,
and then the people that's watching us live, the people that's gonna watch the replay, they gonna be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shrills is dope. Shrills is dope, man. So
But I mean, the biggest thing, and I will say that I feel like I definitely learned a lot of this from you because you had that entrepreneurial thing
yeah, I was
way
trying to
before I had
figure.
that bug.
Yeah.
And I didn't fully understand it back then because it was like I was so. for me, I wanted to be a doctor. There's only one way to do that,
Yeah.
and that's study all these years and go to med school. And there's only one way. But you were always on that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have this stream of income. That's gonna.
Yeah.
You was always. And I had to. I didn't learn that until my 30s that I could do medicine and do real estate and do a skincare line. Like I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you don't have to be stuck in one thing.
Uh,
And I was telling Stephen this just the other day. Like Joe figured that out when we was 15. When we was
yeah, I was
15.
on it. I was on it, and
He
it
was
wasn't
on
cool.
that
It
like
wasn't even cool, back then. So
that's what I told Stephen. Like he was on it before it was cool.
it was
Before, because like now
everybody.
entrepreneurship is
Yeah.
the wave.
Yeah.
Like start these businesses, multiple streams of income. But back then it was like, bro, you gonna put your money into what?
Yeah.
You're gonna take a risk. You know what I mean?
you
People
got
looking at you like,
you got to bet on yourself, man. You got to bet on
right, just
yourself.
go work your 9 to 5. That's what people would tell you back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Do your 9 to 5, and whatever the case may be. But we're all just catching up now. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
And then we
this is
see,
the way.
and then the pandemic created a lot of businesses because a lot of people
Yeah.
realized that 9 to 5 could be taken just like that, and then
At
they
any
had
moment.
nothing to fall
At
back
any
on.
moment.
You
Yeah.
know?
And then it's like that's your one stream of income.
Yeah.
Your one stream of income, like that's it. You have nothing to fall back on, like you said, and it's crazy.
Yes.
So the pandemic definitely was a blessing in that sense that it showed people like, listen, you got to have a backup and a backup to the backup and a backup to that one too.
Yes.
You know?
Definitely, and that's why I love this content creating process because it's so many streams of income, so many, and
Crazy.
we could repurpose this interview. We could drop this on other platforms later on.
Right.
Right now, it's only on YouTube, but
Right,
it's like
right.
we own it. Crazy Capital Media own it, though, right? So it's like eventually, you know what? Let's put it on Spotify, and let's
Right.
to the new public that didn't hear it. Let's put it on Tidal. Let's
I
sell
mean,
some
it's okay.
T-shirts. Let's put an event together.
Okay.
Let's sell some ads on the show. So
Okay,
now we
okay.
talking about wait.
Multiple ways to make money from one piece of content and one thing. And it's
Yeah.
like, and I think even business owners, people who were already business owners prior to the pandemic, this even showed them like, okay, what's the backup? What's the plan? Because like if your store gets closed
Yeah.
or there's a shutdown, nobody's coming into your store, you got to find these different avenues and different ways. Okay, how do I do some drop shipping? How do I do some e-commerce? How do I do this, that, and the third? So it's crazy. But I will say, the pandemic definitely shed a lot of light for a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Definitely.
For a lot of people, definitely.
Definitely, man. I don't see it even after the pandemic. I don't see certain things all the way changing. I feel like some businesses, it's like what I don't like in New York. I don't need that $10,000 office in Midtown.
Right.
I can still operate.
I've been operating for 2 years
Yeah.
and not spending that money.
Yeah. So I
know?
think things gonna change. Yeah. I'm interested to see the new worlds.
Yeah.
You
I don't
know?
think it's ever going to go back to what it was completely before. Whenever we get to that point that we're having a different conversation about the world, but certain things are just not going to go back. They're just not, you know?
I'm gonna ask you a question. This is just totally left field because I see, everybody getting money. They want to take a trip to space. To that, is that something? Would you be interested in doing?
No,
No, you're not jumping on that shuttle.
I'm good.
But you see that, right? Like every week,
Yes.
is somebody going to that space station up there?
Let me tell you something. When it comes to me, I will bet on myself,
Yeah,
but I have to have very, very good odds for me to take that bet.
yeah.
That's me.
Okay.
And for me, jumping on, like, I wouldn't even do a small private plane.
Yeah.
What I look like getting on? No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just asking because that seems like what is the
That's the
goal
new
for.
wave.
That's the goal to show that you're balling. You know what I mean? Like when we get up there, it's like you don't buy the foreign car. We take a trip to space.
Uh, I'm looking at like I want to be able to say my grandkids and great grandkids and great great grandkids and great grandkids are good. That's
Yes,
my
yes,
goal. You know
yes,
what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna show I'm balling.
yes. That's a fact. That's what I do this for too. That's what I do
Yes.
this for, man. So yo, you know, I definitely want to thank you, but I'm gonna ask you one more question. But you
Yeah.
know, I gotta pay the bills real quick. I just gotta just
Do
run
what you gotta
and do
do.
what I do what I do. You know what I mean? Yo, it is your boy Joe Calico. Before we log out of here, I need you guys to like, comment, share. You know, it's
Yes.
Crazy Capital Media on everything. We're on YouTube right now, but do follow me on Instagram and a Better Me, A Better We podcast. This is the homies. You know what I mean? This is they merch and go support them. I'm on an episode two. I can't remember which number, but go watch me on their podcast, please. You know, we're
Nice.
talking about
Yes.
stocks, generational wealth, all types of stuff, man. That's a family right there. Um, Show real quick your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
What's your Instagram
So,
real quick? Let's hit them.
at Neem Naturale on everything. So
Yes,
we
yes.
on Instagram, Facebook. I got a little raggedy TikTok that I need to post more on, but same thing at Neem Naturale. So
Yeah.
that's a at NeemNaturale.
Yes, yes.
Basically Neem Natural, but we had to make it a little bougie spice to
Yeah,
that too. Put
bougie.
that little E on the end.
That's rocking.
But yeah, for everything, like I said, at Neem Natural, you can check out our website, www.neemnatural.com. If you are local to Atlanta, we deliver. We also ship nationwide. And you know, we actually partnered with KTL.
Shout out
That's
to KTL.
yeah, shout out to KTL, Kev's Transportation and Logistics. That's actually our baby brother.
Yes.
His transportation and logistics company, so he does all the deliveries to me natural. We're keeping it in the family, y'all.
Yes, yes. He,
Keeping it in the
he gonna
family.
pull up too. We gonna have KTL on the podcast
Gotta
too,
have
man. We
KTL
gotta.
on. Yes, we got visionaries. We gotta pull it. Listen,
Yes,
listen.
yes. We doing it. We doing it.
And the excellence.
Shout out
Um,
Rich. Shout out the whole family, man. We out here
yes,
entrepreneuring. You heard?
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, we're like I said, we're online. We deliver if you're local to Atlanta, but we do ship everywhere. We are in store and several local stores as well in the Covington, Conyers, and Atlanta area. And yeah, we trying to just
You
expand and
working.
grow.
You
We
working.
working, man. We working. We
And
working.
in the
Absolutely.
description box right now, you know, I got all my information. I got all shows information. I got the Neem Naturale. I got the website. Everything's in the description box right now. So go show some support, man. Go definitely show some support.
Absolutely.
Last
I
question.
actually,
Oh, what you was
uh-huh.
gonna say? What you was gonna
I was
say?
gonna say, I want to just go ahead and show the people real quick.
Okay, do your thing. Let's
Two
do it.
things.
What we got?
Two
What we
things.
got?
Listen, you can't go
Let me put you
anywhere
on the
and
big
not
screen.
brand.
Let me put you on the
Listen.
big
So
screen.
first of all, you can't be anywhere and not have your brand on.
Definitely.
But also, I have some products here that I can show you. So this is what our soaps look like. All natural soap,
You
and we
know,
have 4 different scents. We have also same. This is what our body balms, which is our moisturizer, come in 4 scents. How dope is that? We're not playing with our
yes,
packaging. Okay.
yes. Super clean. Super
That
clean.
right. That comes in 2 sizes. So we have our regular size and then we have our travel size. So if you're traveling, travel with your stuff so you don't use that cheap hotel stuff and you be breaking out and dry and all of that. Keep the skincare line going. We have our face mask as well. So we have a face mask and then we have a hair oil, so a scalp oil to help, keep your scalp nice and healthy. And Joe, I'm actually going to send you one of these because I don't think you've tried this yet. But we have our fortifying beard oil as
Oh
well.
yes, yes.
So yes, guys,
Oh
got the
yeah.
beard oil to
And
keep
we-
that beard nice and yes, keep it
Yes.
moisturized. Grow in some of the sparse places. So I'm gonna send you some of this, Joe,
Definitely,
so you can
definitely.
try it out. But you already know, you already using the soaps and the
Yeah, the
moisturizer
soap, the
and all that, so
moisturizers.
you know
Yep.
how that goes. But
Yeah,
yeah, I gotta send you this so you can
we
try this
we
out. But
about to we
yeah,
about to make an order anyway, so because it's time to
I
re
want to
up.
say, Des just re-up. Des
Oh,
just
oh,
re-up.
I'm about to say, yeah, we
Yeah.
struggling in the house. I'm like, what's up with the name? It's time to re up. It's time to re up.
Yes, yes, that's just re-up, so that's what's up. But I definitely got to send you this beard oil so you can try this out. But yeah, y'all, just if you are looking to use an all-natural skincare product that is going to be hypoallergenic, help with eczema, acne, hyperpigmentation, dry skin, go ahead and give us a try.
Definitely, definitely. And before we get out of here, like I said, I had that one question. I asked
Yeah.
everybody this question. This like my
Okay.
signature exiting. Welcome
This
to the
is good.
Crazy Capital Media Family question. This it's not. It's I build the anticipation like it's gonna be a
I'm a
crazy
little
question.
nervous.
Yeah, but it's really nothing. It's more. I just want you to leave us with one word to describe Neem Natural, like that. One word to describe your brand, just to the audience. I'm mad. We about to end the show. Everybody want to pull up now, so y'all gotta go watch the replay because we about to get up out of here. But one word to leave my people.
One word to describe our brand would definitely be authentic.
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 So
And I mean that in every sense of the word. I mean that in the product itself. I mean that in us. When after you watch this, or if you follow our page and see the content we post, see the interviews that we do, we are always going to be our authentic self because that's the easiest way for me to show up. I don't have to try to remember who I was last week or the time before. So authentic. That's who we are. That's who we strive to be. And we are just kind of trying to take our authenticity and make it into our brand and make it into our legacy.
dope, dope. Yes, yes, guys. Thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for rocking with Calico's Cooling Conversations, man. Again, this is a Crazy Capital Media production. Cheryl, thanks for rocking. I
Yeah.
respect your time. I know you busy, you Miss Entrepreneur. I know you busy, so I respect the time that you gave this. I want all my people to respect her time. You definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Everybody go
Thanks for
hit
having
her
me
up.
on.
Nah, anytime, man. Anytime. You family, so anytime you need to promote anything, my platform, your platform. Just say,
I
yo,
already know.
you know
I
what I
already
mean?
know.
Yeah, so you need to promote, pull up, pull up.
I was trying to tell people like this interview is gonna be special because this is my brother, but not on
Yeah,
some like, oh, that's my bro, that's my sister. Like, no, this is my blood brother. We have the
yes,
same
yes.
parents. We grew up in the same household. So this was so super dope. I really appreciate it. I had a fun time with you, and like I said, this is super special. This is like
Yeah, and this
special.
is not your first time. This is just an icebreaker so they could
Right,
they could know
right,
you. I'm gonna
right.
find reasons to bring you on. I'm gonna find reasons. we
Look, you want
gonna
to
find.
chop it up, talk about medical stuff. You want to
Yeah,
chop it up, like bring. I'm happy to come back on anytime.
yeah, and one thing I'm looking to do is like panels and stuff. Even bringing two,
Yeah,
three guests.
I love that. I love that. And I know you on the pop up shop wave up there with your clothing brand and all of that. Look,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to do an event in New York. That is one of my goals. At least one event in New York this year.
I'm your
Neem Natural
guy.
has to be there.
I'm your guy.
So
I'm your
you know I'm getting with you
guy.
on that.
I'm your,
2022. I need to be in New York with our brand because that's where I'm from.
yeah, definitely. And that being that you brought up the pop-up shops, I need you guys to go hit up my Instagram, and I got 2 pop-up shops coming. I just don't want to put no dates in the video and date this video. This video is a classic, and we gotta watch it
Yes,
anytime. So
yes,
to
yes.
see the pop-up shops, you have to go to my Instagram because I can't. You know
Okay.
what I mean? We ain't put no dates on this, man.
Okay.
We want people to watch this
It's gonna
6
be a
months from
classic.
now.
You
Yeah,
gotta be able to yes,
yeah.
yes.
We gotta keep the time value. So I'm out of here, and everybody do what you love to do. I don't know what that meant, but peace out. Yeah, Calico, Crazy Capital.